Okay, so these are like funny little things that they do sometimes where yesterday I had gone out to go sit in the back patio, and there's always these geckos around, always, 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 always. But, if they see me coming, they dart. But there was two that were, and they blend right in, right? They blend right in, but they're sticking out. Like, so there was two at the bottom step, and they were looking up at me. And of course I could see them because it wasn't a straight line, right? Like there wasn't a straight line to the step. They were the same color as the step, but there was a straight line and then a gecko figure and then another straight line and another gecko figure. So, it was, just funny to me. Like, hello, I see you. And I know you see me because you're looking right at me. And so I'm walking down the steps and they're not moving. And again, it's like they think they're invisible, or they think, and I'm like, oh, I've done that. I often think I'm invisible too. And surely I find out that is not true. Anyway, I was like, what is the problem? Because I was barreling down the steps. I was not stopping or slowing, but I was shocked that they were not rushing and racing. Well, I had to get all the way down to the bottom, and I did stop and just stare at them, and they kept frozen. And I went to not kick them, but pretend I was, reach my foot their way, and they went scattering. So it was like, well, why'd you have to wait for that? So I feel like something like that is going to happen to you, where it's like people will be obvious to you, but they don't recognize that they're obvious. They're they really think they're invisible to you. They really don't think you see them. Meanwhile, you're like, not only do I see you, I'm about to step on you. You better scatter. You need to scatter or you're going to get smashed. And so there was that. And I think I told you about this one the other day, but there's two of these incidents. So forgive me if I'm repeating myself. I was sitting on the back patio and somebody came just waltzing right into the yard, into the house, and came right up to me to give me his card about some tree thing. And he's been somebody that has been crossing boundaries and lingering too much, very annoying, very right? Not capable of taking social cues. And then this morning, I'm sitting here reading, and I start to hear this noise behind me. I'm like, what is that noise? Is it about the thunder? It doesn't even sound like thunder. What is that? And it does look like it's going to, but, well, I turn all the way around. There's a man behind me who is unraveling my hose to use. So I lifted up the blinds. I go, hello, excuse me, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm going to rinse this out and rinse out the paint can and then dump it right here. And I said, excuse me, you are not. He goes, it's not okay. And I said, who the hell are you? And he's like, what? I said, wait a minute. So I ran to the door to go outside and be like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I was going to rinse this out. I said, well, I don't understand. He goes, oh my God, is this not... I live in a house where I am on one side and there's somebody on the other side, and he didn't realize that was the case. He thought it was all one house. I said, no. This, he figured it out. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. So he went on his merry way. He wrapped it back up and got out of here. So I feel like there's going to be two people that are going to fully invade your space inappropriately, but just clueless. Like two idiots. Just one can't take any social cues at all, and the other one innocently is oblivious. But nonetheless, two people invading your space, your privacy, your boundaries, your home. If you can take the cue on that. So, yeah. That's what's been happening around here. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.